In the past, I have written one of these love letters for both EA and Ubisoft in the hopes that I could help them course correct before they drove right off of a cliff. I never dreamt that I would be doing one of these for Valve, though. But Valve, we need to talk. First, let's start off with the good, because Valve, you have created video games that are like love letters to my soul. You have created characters and games and concepts that will permeate gaming's history forever. Not only that, but you guys have achieved the impossible. You took what was essentially a DRM platform for PC games to keep your own product secure and made it one of the most beloved products in the world by gamers. And you know, in 2015, you started giving me the ability to refund games, and I love it. And Origin by EA managed to do it quicker than you and better than you, but at least you joined the club and you saved me money on that Batman release. Oh, that was awesome of you. Not only that, but you keep raining down these discounted prices on me, and it's beautiful. And those sales have been emulated by both Xbox and PlayStation and everyone else selling video games. You have made it cheaper and easier to be a PC gamer or console gamer just by being you, and we love you for it. And on a personal level, I have to say that I love Gabe Newell, not just because he's a cool guy, but he's a fatty like me, and that makes me feel good about myself. But even an idiot can see that there's some big improvements that need to be made to Steam, to the company itself, to the way you run it, and I think it's important we talk about that. Now, I'm not going to crap on you for this big fiasco we had over the holiday season in which you shared people's personal information. That was a mistake that could happen to anybody. You did the responsible thing. You took Steam offline, you fixed the problem, and you brought it back up in a relatively quick time, and that's pretty good. But that problem is indicative of the larger problem that you guys are unwilling or possibly incapable of updating the client to make it a better client, for updating the apps on the phones, because that's something you don't even look at or touch anymore. Your infrastructure, your software needs vast improvements, and you certainly have the money to do it. Over the last 2 years, we've seen Steam go offline over and over and over again, and it's really frustrating. And while this has improved dramatically in the last 6 months or so, it's still going offline far more often than the Xbox or the PlayStation Network, and certainly more often than Origin or Uplay. And that's your direct competition, and they should not be beating you. Also, over the past 2 years, security has been a major issue, and you guys have managed to really shore that up, and we appreciate it. I feel very comfortable now knowing that my Steam account is probably more secure than it was. But if something ever does go bad, this is the biggest problem you have: communication. I'll be honest, I don't even know if you have a PR department, and if you do, I don't know why they're not more active, because they certainly should be getting ahead of the game with just about everything you ever do. There should be press releases coming from you all the time. Take, for example, your Twitter situation. It took me forever to find official accounts of the people that were working at Steam, many of which weren't even verified. The only big account that I could find was a Steam __ games, and the only thing you guys are doing there is tweeting out whenever you get sales. This is not how a big company does PR. There is a Steam support Twitter page followed by 600,000 people, and it hasn't tweeted in 8 months. Maybe you guys just do Facebook a little bit better, and that you don't really like Twitter, so I'm going to check that real quick, and no, it hasn't been updated in a year. What about email? I bet you guys are really good at email. Except if you check Reddit or any other social media, you'll find out that you guys don't respond to email pretty much close to ever. I've only ever had to deal with Steam customer service once, and in my experience, it only took about 3 days, but there are tons of horror stories of people waiting 6 weeks or even 6 months just to be told they can't be helped. And for a lot of people that get a hold of people in customer service, it's generally very unhelpful anyway. If you lose access to your account, you guys make it almost impossible to get it back once that happens. In fact, instead of using something like credit card history or payment history or something like that to gain re-access to your account, you guys will frequently ask somebody to provide the CD and CD key for the game they used to create the Steam account from 17 years ago. And look, if you work at Steam right now and you're watching this video saying, Boogie, that's untrue, that's all unsubstantiated rumors, that's why you need a PR company. or a PR department getting out ahead of this type of bullshit. Your customer service needs to be better, but even if it was perfect, you'd still need to make sure public perception sees it that way. Oh, and paid mods? Paid mods? Really? The only good thing I have to say about the debacle is the fact that you backed down. And thank you for doing that, Gabe, but Jesus Christ, how did you not know better? And this is just the stuff that I'm entitled to talk about, because I'm just a consumer and game player of Steam. I would love it if a developer would take the torch from here to talk about the nightmare that the greenlight system is for copyright issues, or the way you guys personally treat developers when it comes to communicating with them, or even just dealing with them overall, because everything I've ever heard about that was a shitstorm. A PR team could come in real handy on that too. Look, overall, we still love you, Gabe, we still love you, Valve, and we still love you, Steam. And you are much better than the competition. But that's not saying much, because the competition really doesn't do anything right. And you guys are currently backsliding in the wrong direction to where they're getting closer and closer to you. And even if that wasn't true, public perception is. You've got to right this ship. But that's just one man's opinion. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments section below, because I'd love to hear what you say. I expect this opinion to be very, very unpopular, but I don't care, because if it gets to the right people at Valve and at Steam, hopefully they'll make some changes, spend a little money, and get even more right in 2016. I told Twitter I was going to make this video, and apparently, according to my feed, I'm supposed to ask you where Half-Life 3 is, but just to be contrary, where the fuck is Left 4 Dead 3? Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.